You think he's going to win that seat?
It's going to be close. I always think Joe's going to win because he typically wins. And if a straight-up race like that, and I don't know if that third candidate is going to stick around, but
that's a June 20th
primary. Democrats
he's being challenged by the communists.
What's that?
Well, he's being challenged by a communist. Lash Rizer is a communist.
So she's pretty far. She's further to the left than Joe, and Joe's better on life issues and school choice,
and business,
and business. Oh, and business issues,
and energy,
and energy too. Yeah. No, I mean, if Republicans are in that district, that's their one shot at voting. They should come out in June 20th. And frankly, just because the way the districts are drawn these days, you should. I would imagine we'll start seeing more Democrats and Republicans voting in each other's primaries as a result.
I mean,
because they want their voice heard.
If you're in Joe's district, if you're in Petersburg and what's he part of Richmond,
and you're
some of Chesterfield, and
you're a Republican,
why would you not? You've got no shot at winning that seat ever.
Why would you not vote for a person?
So your choices are Joe, who's a pro-business, pro-energy, pro-life, or a communist funded by the extreme left-wing radicals all over the country. That's why she's got $1 million.
Does she have $1 million now?
That's what they say she'll have.
She'll have that much. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, look, a lot of the Democrats.
So the Republicans.
A lot of Joe's colleagues have come out against him in that race.
What?
A lot of Joe's colleagues have come out against him in that race. The women especially.
Well, that hurt him. The female Black Caucus coming out and just blasting him.
Yeah.
Was not helpful.
That does not help in that district. Yeah. In any district.
It wasn't. Let's just say it wasn't helpful.
No, it was not helpful. I mean, Joe's got to overcome Joe, but
he's got to overcome Joe.
Joe's got to overcome Joe. But to his credit, he will go out there and he will grind every door, and he will write every person he meets a letter, and he will send it to them the next day, and that matters in politics. Because people go, I don't like you for this, that, and the other thing, for your personal life. We've seen that out at the national level. What have you done? It's like this is a Janet Jackson moment. What have you done for me lately, and what are you going to do for me? Because politics is about the future. And if Joe can get into that frame, that narrative, what I can do for you in the future, and I will fight for you, that's how you win elections.
You're right. And he's out every time I call him, he's out of breath knocking doors.
Hey, absolutely.
That's all he does.
And every time I call him and ask him what's going on in his district, he is up, he is energetic, he is passionate. Whether you agree with the man or not on his issues or his personal life and behaviors, I respect someone who will get out there and work as hard as he does to get elected, because I've done it. It's not easy. It's exhausting. But there's an energizer in that guy's system that just doesn't stop. And, people like that. When you knock on a door and say, come out and vote for me, chances are they come out and vote for you. And that's a great part of our American system, is that you've got guys like Joe Morrissey
who just
grind.
Is this personal relationships with his voters. Lash Rizer doesn't have that. You got to remember, for all the money she's going to get, here's a candidate that got beat in a D+8 district, D+6 district, by Kim Taylor, who I love, by the way, Republican in Colonial Heights, who basically has an oil change company. She didn't have that much money, but she beat Aird, because Aird didn't do anything for the constituents. Aird was all about Aird moving up, running for